My name is ADEL KIBASUMBA. I speak Kinyamulenge fluently or Kinyarwanda fluently. But I am intentionally speaking English in a very big gathering of Banyamulenge community here in the Dayton, Ohio. Because many of the stories that you are hearing, many of them, 99% of them know about it. But we do have some friends. I see some faces of Americans who are new to this gathering and would like to hear straight from English to English. I know you guys took a great time of your life just like to sit here morning until evening to hear our stories, so it's only fair that we at least do this in English once. Also, there are many Banyamulenge Congolese youth here who are not as fluent in Kinyamulenge as many of people who are sitting here, who are here. Am I lying? We have so many of them. And the death of our hero, Michel MAKANIKA, has mobilized millennium, but mostly Gen Z, even Gen Alpha. Am I lying? Na Gen Alpha, nukuvuga abana bafite nk'imyaka 8, 9, 10 no kugeza no ku 13 n'ine gutyo. Abana b'imyaka 13 guhera ku myaka 13 abona aba Gen Alpha n'aba Gen Z kuva ku myaka uzabusura hejuru. Abo rero nibo ba makanika bazaza. Abo nibo ba makanika dutegereje. Boza makanika zabo wewe. So yagiye, so tugomba gutangira gukomeza kubaka legacy yiwe. He's no longer with us, but we are building his legacy. And so mbere ntaratangira kuvuga, before I begin to speak, mu Kinyamulenge reka nsabe famille ya General Rukunda MAKANIKA. I would like to ask the family of MAKANIKA. Muzubahiro byanyu tubahaye pole. Your honor, just give condolences. Abari hano nabari ahandi hose. Those who are here and those who are far from here. Hari abarimo kudukurikira online already. Babizi tubahaye pole. Hari abarimo batwandikira tubahaye pole kandi turi kumwe namwe. Those who are following online and those who are texting, we just extend our condolences to you. Hari yindi famille ya General. There is another family of General MAKANIKA. Itari hano. Is not with us here. Iri ruguru. They are on the field in Minembwe. Iyo ni Twigwaneho. Those are Twigwaneho. Abo nibo bana biwe nyuma ya famille yanyu munsi yanyu. They are the children of General MAKANIKA as well. Abo nabo ntabwo turi kumwe nabo hano. They are not with us now. Aho muri. Wherever they are. Mukazi murimwo. The work that you're doing. Turabakunda. We love you. Turabubaha. We honor you. Turi kumwe namwe. We are with you. Kugeza ku mutonyi wa nyuma. To the end of the last drop of our blood. Rero reka nje muri my remarks. Let me switch again. I'd like to thank Papa Banoge David. Honorable Miller. They talked about the genesis of Banyamulenge struggle. I believe they are the second generation of the struggle. And I think I am the third or the fourth generation of the struggle. And when I speak, I'm not only speaking for me, I'm speaking for many people in my generation. Many of the Banyamulenge who are in this room came here as refugees. They flee the same plot. Different time, different places, but same plot. For my generation, we survived the Gatumba massacre in 2004. This is after we had been forced to flee our homes in Uvira. We crossed the border to the nearest town of Gatumba in Burundi. We were housed in a UN peacekeeping camp that was tasked to protect us and our families. But after 3 months, the camp was attacked, and many people lost their lives. And from there, the U.S. decided that they needed to resettle many of the survivors to the U.S. For my family, we were resettled in New York, in Rochester, New York. And Dayton has a big majority of them here, but also in all the 50 states. And many other Banyamulenge who survived other massacres in different time, before Gatumba and after. The U.S. really increased the numbers of the Banyamulenge to resettle in the U.S. because it is a community that is targeted in the DRC. And so we are here. Fast forward in 2019, most people here were just minding their business, building their families. When again the targeting of Banyamulenge who were remaining in the whole plateau, this is in the outskirts of Uvira mountains. This is originally where the Banyamulenge come from. We're being targeted again. And so this is where my life begins with the Lieutenant General Lukunda Makanika. We are different in age, but same struggle. He was working. He was a colonel in the government forces. I was here as a mother with my second born child. I was a nurse. Like many of people here were also doing the same thing. Like how Michelle was in a different province serving the country. And so when the targeting happened in the whole plateau, there was no gathering like this. There was no meeting, there's no strategic meeting that happened. Everyone felt that they needed to do something. For him, he left the military and went to defend the people. That's what he knows. And for us, what did we have? Some income. So we need to organize to be with people who are being targeted in the DRC. At that time, I was leading the community organization. And so we needed to organize and help people in a humanitarian way. And when he arrived there, it was not a direct I guess link. We did. No. Ntabwo twakoranye ngo tuhuze umugambi.
Siwe twakoranaga umugambi.
Yagiye yitumye.
He went himself.
Kubera ko umutima we wamutumye gutabara. N'abanyamurenge bari muri diaspora. Nabo barebye uko babigenza. Niho twakomeje umugambi wo kwigwanaho. Nkuko ababyeyi bacu mbere batubwiye mu mateka. So this is the third generation yo kwigwanaho. And so niyo mpamvu navuze ngo reka tubwire fourth and the fifth generation yo kwigwanaho. Mu Cyongereza. Abantu bazaba bafite uburyo bwabo bwo kwigana icyo gihe. Ariko tugomba kubabwira amateka. And so nagiriwe umugisha mwinshi wo kuba muri iyo generation yo kwigwanaho. Iyi ntwari muri icyo gihe nayo ihagurutse kuvuga ngo igwane ku bwoko. Ukuntu yagiye, ukuntu yoganizinze abasore kugira ngo bagwane ku babyeyi. Uriya mwuka wiwe, spirit ya makanika, the spirit of his name is not Makanika. His name is Michel Rukunda Makanika. Sorry, Michel Rukunda. And Elias is Makanika. It really means he's a mechanic. It means mechanic, and then in Kinyamurenge we kind of twisted and said Makanika. As you said, he went empty-handed. He did not take anything from the armed forces. He just said, I could not stand this. I could not sit here, get paid, having a colonel in the armed forces, while my parents, my aunts, my nephews being killed. And so when he got there, he became a mechanic to engineer the youth, to organize them, to say before they could kill your wife, you have to defend them first. And so, like the previous speakers had said in the previous sessions, all the armed groups in the region formed an alliance against us, against Banyamulenge, and they were all supported by the government. And we are the minority, mind you. And you have all the other tribes mounting an alliance based on identity to exterminate one minority group. In this situation, here in the diaspora, it was a moral compass for us to organize ourselves, to help our loved ones because their houses were being burned, health centers were being destroyed, they were being internally displaced, they needed a humanitarian assistance. Our government was siding with those who were killing us. Our government. And so we had to be our own UN. We had to be our own humanitarian service. And so he had to also defend the community. And so his spirit really inspired me. Even though we didn't work with him hand in hand, but we worked with those people that he was supporting, he was protecting. And that is still the situation today. He really organized and made sure people were protected. Even in that situation, he never fought against the government. He only wanted to protect his loved ones. The armed forces were in Minembwe. He was in the outskirts fending off the militias. But many times, Like we said, the armed forces supported the militias by giving them tactical gears, training, ammunition to attack us. But he still maintained that this is solely a self-defense. If the government were to protect Banyamulenge, we would never ever attack the government. Until the day he died. They struck an air and they killed him by drone. And that's when the Twigwaneho self-defense said, enough is enough. You had killed our leader. That mean, and this is after 5 years of self-defense. Vowing not to touch the government, still waiting for the government to change its mind and protect everyone. And that's when they allied themselves with the M23. Because they were abandoned. And M23 is a Tutsi group. Like Banyamulenge from North Kivu. They are also trying to protect their families that were chased out of the country. And so, I want to say in a humanitarian way, we've tried to mobilize even doctors to go to Minembwe. They were targeted and killed on their way. Humanitarian aid, trunks, anything that could get to Minembwe was destroyed on its way to Minembwe. This means that they were trying to kill and uproot Banyamulenge out of their land by fire or by hunger. Up until now, Minembwe is under a blockade. It means Banyamulenge cannot trade with other local tribes, while other tribes are able to travel from one area to another. And if you're trying to get there, you will be killed, lynched. Not only as a civilian, by the way, not only as a civilian, even if you are an armed serviceman, the fact that you're Munyamulenge, you'll be taken out of the car, lynched. These things have happened over the course of the 8 years of this struggle. And so, what I'm saying is that Banyamulenge have been abandoned for many, many years. This is the third generation, like I said. But we have refused to surrender. And that's what he said, that we will defend ourselves until the very last drop of blood. And we are so grateful for everyone who has stood with Banyamulenge and the whole plateau, so that they do not surrender. Reka nshimira Abanyamulenge cyane. They babaye abatabazi.
They have been defending and also supporting themselves
mu buryo bwose.
different ways.
Mu gihe abantu bose babakuyeho amaboko,
When all people just left them,
mwabeshejeho ababyeyi banyu
you stood up and they support your family
ino myaka yose
for all these years
kugeza n'uyu munsi.
up to now.
Ntimugacike intege.
Don't quit.
nubwo intwari yacu yadusize
Even though MAKANIKA died,
ndetse n'abandi bose yajanye nayo
and the other people died with him,
n'abandi baracarimo bagenda,
and the others still died.
ariko ubu niwo murage twasigiwe.
But this is legacy.
Ntitwatoye kuba abanyamurenge,
We didn't choose to be who we are.
ni Imana yabishatse.
God chose us, and
Imana yabishatse izatugwanirira
the God who created us will
nimba
defend
twebwe
us
tutirekuye.
if we don't quit.
Icyo nje nobasaba
What I can ask you
ni ubumwe.
is unity.
Ndabizi ko dufite abatuvuyemo
We have people who left us,
bakorana n'umwanzi kuko batekereza yuko hari ubukiriro.
who are now working with our enemy.
Abo ngabo ko tubazi,
We know them,
ariko se twebwe
but for us,
dusigaye muri uyu murongo wo
we
kwigwanaho.
are still defending ourselves.
Ndabasaba kugira ngo tugire ubumwe.
What I would like to ask you to be united.
Ibintu byose bito bito byotuma tutagwanira hamwe
And small things that can divide us,
tubyoroshe,
make it easy.
tubigire ubusa,
Put it aside.
tugwanire hamwe,
And fight together.
kuko intsinzi yacu ya mbere
You know our defeat.
nuko twagwanye turi umwe,
It's just unity.
duciye mu bintu byinshi mwagiye mukora,
And different ways.
ari ugutanga umusanzu,
Supporting.
ari ugutabara mu buryo bwose bushoboka,
The way you supported you, in any way you supported.
ari ubuvugizi.
Advocacy.
Ibyo nibigaragaza yuko turi bamwe.
That shows that we are one.
Sintekereza ko hari ubundi bwoko bwo sustaining a struggle imyaka 8 bwonyine hatariho external supports.
Can't imagine other tribes in the community that can support.
Ibyo nibigaragaza yuko hari ubumwe,
That shows that we are one.
ariko ntago biri enough.
But it's not enough.
Hari abantu bamwe bakora abandi bakumva yuko bireba
We
abandi.
still have people who are not supporting.
Twese biratureba.
It's for all of us.
Ndashaka gushimira abamama ku mwihariko.
I want to thank our women.
Mwarakoze
Thank you so much.
bayobowe na mama Anastasie.
By our leader, Mama Anastasie.
Uriya ni mudacogora niko namwita,
She never gave up.
mu kuorganizinga abadamu
She always
no
organized.
kubaganiriza no kubashira hamwe.
Talk to them, put them together.
Turabasaba kugira ngo mukomeze noneho mube hafi y'abasigaye.
Continue supporting those.
Abasigaye ruguru ni imfubyi,
Those who were in the
ni
office.
imfubyi batakaje umubyeyi.
They no longer have.
Ababyeyi murabizi kurera imfubyi uko bimeze,
Women know how to.
mugomba noneho kurushirizaho kurushaho.
Do more.
Ndabibwira abamama ariko ndabibwira mwese n'ababyeyi n'abana,
I'm telling men, the young men,
mureke dukomeze twegerane,
let us be united.
tubumwe,
Let's be one.
ariko ubu nyine kandi ntituri twenyine,
And let me tell you.
twagize n'abandi ntitukiri inkeho,
Now we have other people.
dufite abandi dufatikanyije urugamba
Other people that are working.
kandi nabo turabashimira.
We thank them as well.
Sinzi muri Bibiliya ukuntu babyita,
I don't know in the Bible how they
iyo urugamba rwakomeraga
when the war is very hard.
abantu barahagurukaga kuri Joshua
In the book of Joshua,
bakazamura amaboko
people rose and
kugira ngo
raised their hands
bakomeze abari ku rugamba,
so they can have
kandi urugamba rurakomeye
those
bunyine
who are fighting
mu minembwe.
in Minembwe.
Ntekereza yuko bari bashakaga kuburizamo kino kintu ca Gideyoni,
They wanted to stop.
bari bashaka gufata minembwe turimo hano,
They wanted to
ariko barananiwe,
But up to now,
ntibazanabishobora.
they will never.
Rero reka mbasabe mwese muhaguruke,
Let me ask you to stand.
tuzamure amaboko,
All of us raise our hands.
tuyatunge mu minembwe, bakomeze urugamba kugeza dutashe. Muzamuhaguruke mwese.
Amen.
Mu minembwe ni
What is
east,
the name of this?
este,
It's okay.
so tuwatunga amaboko,
We are going to raise our hands and support those people in Minembwe.
turavuga twese ngo kwigwanaho
We're going to say defend ourselves.
ni ubuzima,
It's a life.
kuko iyi ni generation turimo yacu ya gatatu.
In the third generation,
Abagenzi
the Gen Z
n'abagena alpha
and Gen Alpha,
muzaba muri generation ya gatanu.
we are going to be generation 5.
Ahari ntibizaba bimeze gutya,
It will be the same.
ariko kwigwanaho kuzakomeza.
But defend
Reka
ourselves.
twese rero dutunge amaboko,
Let's just show our hands over there.
dutekereza abari mu minembwe ubu nyine kuri no mu Rwitsankuku
Remember those people in the Gukwirakwiza,
ni Masisi,
in Masisi,
Walikale,
Walikale,
hose muri Eastern Congo.
places in those areas.
Tuvuge ngo kwigwanaho
Defend ourselves.
ni ubuzima.
It's a life.
Twese tubisubiremo rimwe,
1, 2, 3.
kwigwanaho ni ubuzima.